What's up, everyone? My name is Trey McBride, and I'm a 5-year professional basketball player. Today, I want to share with you guys something special. It's really just my journey. It wasn't picture perfect, it was a bit unpredictable at times, and definitely uncomfortable, but full of growth and unexpected blessings. This is for anyone chasing the pro dream, wondering if it's possible, especially when the odds are stacked against you. My collegiate career was a bit unexpected. I only had 1 to 2 offers. One was from NAIA and the other was from a Division II school. I ended up choosing the NAIA route. After my freshman year, though, I transferred to the D2 program. So now at my pro journey, it actually started during COVID, which was really unfortunate. Normally, after graduations, teams start signing Americans around May, maybe even June, at the latest July to August. And with that being said, everything got pushed back. So the seasons for each country started around October, November instead of September. I used that downtime to search for an agent. And let me tell you guys, it was stressful. As a D2 guy, I didn't really have agents knocking down my door to sign me. I probably went through 13 agents before I signed with one. And it took me another 5 to get a guy that actually cared about me. So once I got my first gig, it was actually in North Macedonia. And a lot of you guys might not know where that's at. It's in the Balkans. It's Eastern Europe. It was a huge culture shock, but I was extremely grateful for the situation and to just be there. I met a lot of amazing people, but it was my first taste of overseas life, and it was really difficult for me. Even if you're like the best player on the floor, you learn very quickly that there's a lot of pressure on you to perform, and sometimes it just doesn't work out, and that's just the business of pro sports. If a club doesn't vibe with you for whatever reason, you are replaceable, and believe me, they will get you out of there. So from there, I took a 10-hour bus ride to Serbia and played for a really historic club. The experience was really different. I played with a Serbian legend in Roscoe Kacic. He helped me gain a lot of confidence, and I learned to play under a lot of pressure on that team. We were fighting to pretty much stay in the first league. Every game really mattered. Every possession counted. But the language barrier for me was probably the most difficult thing. I just remember being in timeout, 30 seconds to get the message across, and I would just pretty much get the Spark Notes version in the last 5 seconds, and I would just get "you go here." And that's how it pretty much went. But this is where my story gets really interesting. And it's when I was working at a sports club back in America. One of my coworkers was actually a professional basketball player as well. And a really cool opportunity floated across his desk that he didn't really want. He asked me if I wanted it. And from there, I took about 2 days to think about it. And the next thing I know, I spent every single penny I had on a one-way trip to Adelaide and never looked back. It was really difficult, though, in that time. I had no job, no money, no plan. I was staying in a hostel on Hutt Street. Shout out to Backpackers Inn. They really looked after me. But from there, I took the risk and it really paid off. I got super lucky, and that's what led me to my first real contract in Germany. A lot of people ask me if there's anything that I would change in my journey. And honestly, I don't think I would, because if I change one thing, it doesn't necessarily result in me doing, something better in the future or even success. But I would do a few things a little bit better. I would have done more research on the entry level leagues and teams overseas. I also would have used my connections and even my college coaches for more help on reaching out to agents for my first gigs. Because I did everything on my own. I was really vulnerable to scams or, people that just want to take my money. So I wish I would have done those few things a little differently, but overall it paid off, it worked, and I figured it out. So that's it for now. Thanks for listening to my journey, guys. I'll be dropping separate videos breaking down each individual experience separately. So if you have any questions, feel free to DM me or drop them in the comments below. Thanks for listening, guys.